some middle level
Yes,
consultant.
yes, yes, yes. But have
So can you explain any configuration you have done? Like GL or APA or this project?
yes, yes, yes. So as part of their businesses, first we created a business point of view. First we created the company code for particular road transportation products. In that company code level, we created a chart of accounts and entire. So coming to I involve everything like GL, APA, or asset accounting. For example, I can tell. For example, I can tell FC revaluation. Okay, in your point. Customer and vendor point of view. So first we need to create as per part of business we need to purchase and sales. So these purpose we need to create the customer and vendor. So before going to post customer and vendor in related any transaction, first we need to create the customer groups, customer and vendor groups. So how we can create the customer groups means so for example, how we can create the vendor groups means as part of businesses company having domestic suppliers and international suppliers and one-time suppliers. Based on that, we can create the customer groups and create the number ranges. These number ranges will assign to the customer groups. This is ECC version, and this is the ECC version, but latest project is S/4HANA. So in S/4HANA, and we are creating the business partners also. First we need to create a business partner, domestic business partner, one time and international. This kind of business partner creation and number range creation assigned to business partner, number ranges to business partner. This is the common step. Then we need to assign these business partners to customer business partner group, business partner to domestic vendor groups. So like that, international business partner to international vendor groups. So one time vendor groups to one time business partner. This is the interlink combination. Then later, while we are trying to create any business partner with the help of BP, we are creating the business partner. Later we will extend that business partner to as a customer or vendor based on the requirement. So if you want to use same number range for customer and business partner, there is an option in master data synchronization. Here we will assign BP to vendor. So here there is a checkbox. If you can activate the checkbox, same number it will be reflected while creating BP. The same number it will extend for a customer or vendor. This is the checkbox. Then later the entire invoices it will be posted from the MM department only. Mostly 95% of invoices it will be posted from MM department. MM department team they will post it, but automatically reflected to the FI department. How it will reflected means based on the OBYC configuration. There is a BSX and WRX. BSX for inventory raw material, WRX for GRIRL. So that is MM to FI to MM integrations of the purchase acquisition to MyGo and MyRo transaction up to there is in a process. In MyGo and MyRo transaction, MM user posted automatically reflected in FI department. So this is invoices process. Coming to payment process, so we have a payment process, manual and automatic payment. So manual payment with the help of bank check payment, and coming to APP automatic payment, that is a separate process, like there is a configuration required. And some of the suppliers before delivering the materials, before delivering the petrochemicals relevant products, they need to ask some advance. So that we need to create advance point of view also, we need to set up some basic setups, basic settings. So for example, as a vendor point of view, we are paying some advance before delivering the products. That payment we can treat as a current asset. So that we need to create a vendor advance payment GL account that is comes under the current asset. That GL account we need to assign OBYR configuration. So then only vendor advance payment normal T code is down payment request 47 and advance payment 48, and invoices that is normal FI level 60 and payment is F-53, and this advance to normal invoices adjustment F-54. So this is the process. At the same time, customer point of view also we need to create customer advance received terms and the current liabilities, and this we can assign the OBX transaction code. So this is the basic setups.
Yeah.
Customer point.
Thank you. And you said APP configuration was handled
Yes.
by you. Yes. So can you explain the step-by-step process how the configuration was performed for APP?
Okay, so APP means with the help of APP we can clear a number of vendor relevant invoice with a single time. So before that prerequisites, there is an FBZP configurations like all company codes, paying company codes, payment method, and assign payment method to company code, and house banks and bank determination. So I'll explain step by step. In all company codes, first we need to create from which company code, like from which company codes we are going to make the payment company codes, and there is a checkbox for separate business area wise we are going to make the payment. There is an options for restrict the separate business area, and advance payments. So even advance requests also, if you want to pay with the help of APP, then there is an option for AAFP, like down payment special GL. That AAFP, like that one we need to activate. And this is the all company codes. And coming to paying company code, here paying company code and sending company code details we need to update. And coming to so here also there is an option like payment advice form, like for example we are running the APP, so we have a number of vendors. So with the help of payment advice form, this is also FSD, we involve that FSD point of view. With the help of payment advice form, so once APP run, so automatically system will generate it to the particular vendors mail IDs or mobile numbers. Automatically it will reach to the PDF. In payment advice form, so we mentioned in vendor elemented, vendor have so and so invoices. In that we are clearing some of the invoices, rest of the amount. So entire detail it will be mentioned. So this is all paying company code, paying company code. And coming to payment method, so payment method is country level. We can create one payment method. This payment method we have option to use multiple company codes also. So payment method creation, so here we need to create payment method L, something whatever based on the requirement we can fix. And that payment method L belongs to online payment or check or bills of exchange or check payment, bank transfer, whatever. Based on that we can activate that. And coming to payment method also we have a option, so like vendor master data extractions. So vendor master data extraction means, so in real time compulsory we need to update entire vendor related. If we can activate the checkbox, which vendors we are not updated vendor related bank details and something, so system automatically it will not pick particular vendors. So that vendor required details activation checkbox mandatory we need to activate. Coming to document types, so vendor payment clearing, there are a manual payment and automatic payment. So based on once invoice is cleared, how we can identify these invoices cleared from manual payment, these invoices cleared from automatic payment means based on the document type. So here if required we need to fix automatic payment purpose, we need to fix some separate document type. And coming to here, there is a data medium exchange, and like here this is the main configuration. Here we need to assign payment method, we need to assign the DME configuration. Like first we need to create the DME configuration, and DME file we need to assign here. So main link based on the DME tree, based on the DME tree depends system, it will be process the vendor open items. And coming to this payment method, we need to assign our company code. So this payment method we need to assign company code here. We need to assign the company code to our payment method, and minimum amount, maximum amounts. So these kind of the restrictions we can assign a payment method. And also payment.
Yeah, so what is the importance of the payment medium? If you don't assign the payment medium, what will happen?
So once we can, without assignment of payment medium, so once we'll assign the payment medium, then F110 run completed, the payment medium it will store by the AL11 directory. So from payment medium payment medium DME, based on the DME payment medium workbench, it is the main key. Based on the payment medium workbench, later further level middleware tools, they will pick the payment medium file with the help of outbound IDOCs. It will move to the, with the help of PA department, it will move to the bankers, bank.
Yeah, but currently what will be the situation if a company is not using AL11? They just use this program F110 and they upload that file in the website directly, in the bank website. So what will be the situation? So what is the importance of DME or like a payment medium in this process? What is it doing actually?
So it means DME tree means, so under the DME we will fix the company relevant, from which bank onwards we are going to clear the payments at the same time, and trailer level from what and all the vendors total. For example, we are running the payment, we have a 50 vendors, so these 50 vendors relevant bank account number, IFSC code, these and all details which will reflected from the DME format. With the help of DME format only, we are going to clear the vendor details. We are going to update the vendor details to the vendor details to the bank.
So like every bank wants the format in different ways.
Yes.
So is it customizable, or like is it a standard payment medium workbench?
So it is also customized. So based on the, for example, some of the banks using MT940, some of the banks are using some other type. Sorry, that is BRS configuration. So it is also DME is customization.
Okay, actually this DME is the main source of fetching the details from the F110 and put it in the right format, file format.
Yes.
So that is the basic idea of this DME tree or payment medium workbench.
Yes.
So that determines the file format.
Yes, when
that file format is
when FW10 run, the file it will be moved to the LW1 directories as the input format. Then later here approval person like some key person is approved, then it will converted as a it will reach as the input file first. When FW10 completed, it will reach as the input format. When approval person approved, then it will converted as a output format as per it will banker's requirement. So that file it will move to the with the help of IDOCs and middleware.
Actually, before placing the file in A11 directory, F110 creates a payment file first.
Yes.
That is very important, and then it goes for the approvals.
Yes.
So usually how approvals gets processed in system. How the approver knows that there is a payment waiting for his approval.
Okay.
You understand my question, or I will repeat?
Yes, please repeat answer.
Yeah, once I'm running the F110 transaction now, and the file is generated, the payment proposal is done,
yes.
Payment run is done, and then there are two levels of approvers, first level and second level.
Mm-hmm.
So how first level manager will come to know that F110 payment is processed by me, and he needs to approve it? How will he come to know? We have to go verbally tell him that go on to check, or is there any way to figure out?
So no, the particular user level, so it means once FW10 completed, the particular user level they will get a notification. So notifications based on that they will process.
Is it possible through FICO configuration, or do we need any other functionality to move this for the approvals? Is it a standard functionality, or do we need any other configuration to be done from other modules?
So like payment process from SAP to bank, there is some other PA department, treasury relevant department people need to involve.
Yes. It's called API kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going for the external parties.
Yes,
that means banks. So we need some integration too. But this approval is happening inside the company. The payment processor is in a different place, and the approver is in a different place. How approver will come to know that there is a payment is processed and it is waiting for his approval?
But further level exact in treasury PA department level, what the scenarios has happened, full-fledged I didn't involve, and I don't know that one, so I'm not lagged that one.
Okay.
I'm not lagged.
Actually, this process, let me explain this. This process is mostly taken care by BCM, the Bank Communication Management.
Okay.
Approvals and the API integration with the bank.
Okay.
So it is not a standard FICO configuration. It's additional functionality. There needs to be configuration to be done. Fine. You have involved for two countries, so one for India, one for US.
Yes.
And APP was configured for both the countries.
No, separate. So if you can create a payment method, that is only country level. So
Yeah, okay. But did you do the APP for US company code?
yes.
So what was the payment medium style program or workbench you used for US company code?
So US company code point of view, sorry, I didn't involve that payment video. From India onwards, with the help of different payment method, we can clear the US based, not only US, other country relevant suppliers payments also with the separate payment method. We can clear that one.
Okay.
In other US point of view, APP configuration, I didn't involve.
Okay, fine. And can you explain the entire process of P2P along with the accounting entries?
Okay. P2P means FI to MM integration. So,
Yes.
So basically, purchase acquisition before going to products. MM department, they need to require the material. So that is purchase acquisition. Material requisition. So based on that, they will generate the purchase acquisition. And once purchase acquisition, based on the purchase acquisition, they will raise the purchase quotation. So once they will finalize the vendor from market, then they can raise the purchase order. So that is ME51. So in that purchase order, they will mention entire like what and all the materials required, quantity of the material, price of the material, and delivery, which date delivery of the material, delivery location. This kind of all the information updated in purchase order. So once after purchase order, based on the purchase order, material received. So that is MIGO transaction. So once MIGO transaction, material received, that is WE transaction, WE document type. So inventory raw material account debit to, GRIR clearing account credit to. So then invoice verification. So then the invoice verification. Once invoice is completed, with the help of PO, with the help of purchase order, invoice is material verified. Then invoice is coming. So in that invoices, we need to verify that three-way matching, like purchase order, based on the purchase order, goods is received, and based on the goods received, invoice is received, or either price and quantity it will be matched or not. So this kind of verification done in the invoice verification, that is MIRO transaction. So here GRIR clearing account debit to and vendor account credit to. This is the MIRO transaction. And coming to payment point of view, so once vendor payment, vendor account debit to, check issue outgoing clearing account credit to. Then later when we receive the bank statement, check issue outgoing clearing account debit to, main bank account credit to. This is a flow. So here middle of that in OBOIC configurations, we required BSX WRX configuration. Based on that only, based on that it will move to values, it will move to the MM to FI.
Okay, so here at the time of MIGO, we process accounting entry, debiting inventory account, crediting to GRIR, and at the time of purchase invoice verification, we are debiting GRIR payable account and crediting vendor account. So there are debits and credits, but GRIR account is a balance sheet account which needs to be cleared.
Yes.
So what is the process, usual process of this clearing, and why it is important? What will happen if you are not doing the clearing activity on timely fashion?
So this is also GRIR clearing is the month-ending activities mostly. Where invoice is received, goods is not, sometimes in business point of view, material is dispatched but invoice is not received due to the some courier or other issues. At the same time, sometimes invoice is received earlier but material is not received. So these kind of identification purpose, you can use the GRIR clearing account. There is some OB12, OB13T code. What is that? In that OB13T code, we can assign, F-13T code, we can assign, we can clear the GRIR clearing process. Backend also some basic set configuration required, but I didn't involve that one.
Okay. So what will happen if we are not doing this clearing activity?
if you are not clearing these activities, once invoice is posted, so without material received, so sometimes automatically payment file it will be moving on for payment process. So without material, so that is not correct. So that we
Okay,
need
what are the other risks we have?
So other risk means, for example, sometimes material is received, invoice is not material dispatched, invoice is not received. So some other technical issues. So we are using the material also. Payment point of view, without invoice we cannot post, we cannot record the transaction. But as per supplier commitment is at the time of material dispatch to material dispatch date onwards, the due date is 10 days or 15 days, 30 days. But as per our scenario, invoice not received, so we cannot able to record the entry and post the payment. So as per vendor commitment from our side, we cannot done successfully. That is also vendor point of view, we will get some bad. So this is the scenario.
Okay, at the month end time or year end time, this GRA or balance account, it should be regrouped for our reporting purpose.
Yes.
Have any idea about that, regrouping?
No. Regrouping is separate.
Okay. You mentioned that you have worked in foreign currency.
Yes.
You know the setup. So can you explain your experience on this?
Okay. And foreign currency means, as per business transactions, we have a purchase and sales with other than company code currency. Then these kind of the transactions we can call as a foreign currency transactions. So first, before going to post the foreign currency entry, prerequisites, first we need to create the exchange rates, GB, some standard. That is, but as per my client requirement, we created separate bank buying rate, selling rate, average rate. And coming to transaction ratio also, we need to create. Transaction ratio is nothing but, so for example, 1:1 we can fix 1 USD equal to how many INRs. So this is the transaction ratio. And coming to exchange rates, that is like user part, some of the users they are updating daily basis. That is the prerequisites. Then we can post the transaction. At the time of transaction post, we can select other than company code, that is the foreign currency transactions. So later, once transaction is happened, that is also FC revaluation, also month ending activities. By month ending, as per management requirement, client requirement, so as part of my forex transactions, how much amount based on the currency fluctuations, how much amount I need to pay extra to the particular invoices, even customer or vendor, how much amount I will get benefit in the form of exchange loss or gain in the form of vendor and customer. These kind of the reporting purpose we can use the forex transaction. In these also we have two types of foreign currency, like one is realized transaction and one is unrealized transaction. Realized transaction means invoice done and payment also done. After payment, the particular invoice related, how much amount will get more, will pay more amount, otherwise how much amount will pay less amount in the form of exchange loss or gain. Unrealized means this is a month ending activities, only reporting purpose, we will generate the report, and next month first tarik again we need to reverse that one. This purpose we need to use the foreign currency, but we need some basic configuration, like first we need to create the accounting principles, that is a text field, and these accounting principles we need to assign leading ledgers. If you are using leading ledger and non-leading ledger, then we can assign both ledgers. Create a leading ledger and assign create a accounting principle and assign leading ledgers. And coming to create valuation method. So here valuation method is important. So under the valuation method, method name also text field, we can create that valuation text field. And so valuation method means if you want to evaluate in company code currency or group currency, so based on that we can valuation, in that valuation method we will fix always, we can select always evaluate checkbox, and here we need to select the document type. For example, here both comes under the GLs only, so that we can select the SA document, and here we can select the bank selling rate. So this is the steps under the valuation method. And coming to valuation area, so here valuation area, based on our requirement, in which basis we need to evaluate, like company code currency, group currency. For example, client having multiple multiple countries running the business, but group currency is INR. So he want to generate the report in INR only, so that we need to select group currency also. Here there is an option 10, we can select the 10 for company code, 30 for group currency. So this valuation area process, we will select the valuation area, that is the text field, and assign valuation method, and we need to select the 10, like it means company code. At the same time, group currency also we need to create one more valuation area and assign same valuation method and valuation group currency. This is the valuation area. Later,
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Do you have any idea what is the difference between direct quote and indirect quote in exchange rates?
So direct quotes means as per mine. So as per our requirement, bank whoever we are mending the from where we are getting the update, like day-to-day exchange rates, like some bankers from each and every other countries related, they are maintain some standard rates like foreign banks. That is called the direct quotation. And indirect quotation means some of the third parties, they are maintaining the currency rates. So that is, we can call it as indirect.
I mean to ask that in OP08 we need to update the current exchange rates. Either it could be on daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis. So
that is, yes.
I have one rate to update. So there are two columns. One is direct quotation and indirect quotation.
Yes.
In which column I have to go and update? How to decide?
So that we need to update in direct quotation only. So that quotation, that value we need to collect from that currency values, we need to collect from some standard banks. Like for example, we need to identify the USD values to the INR. So in US also there are some standard banks. So that banks they are providing daily exchange rate. We are getting from mails from particular banks.
Okay. So what are the areas we can do the foreign currency valuation at month end? Usually, how do we do that? Covering what kind of accounts or areas?
What are the areas we are going to cover?
We do the foreign currency valuation at month end.
What are the areas means from where we can done the transactions from foreign transaction, like customer and vendor point of view. At the same time, for example, some scenarios we can take the loans from foreign banks also, that is account balances, and customer and vendor comes under the open items. So these three scenarios we can use the forex transactions, foreign currency revaluations.
Yeah, so in this receivables, payables, so it will take open items of the vendors and customers.
Yes.
And it will evaluate.
Yes.
So if we have other than these two,
and
is it possible to do the revaluation?
Yes. For example, we can take loans from foreign banks. Then monthly or particular time we need to reback that loan in the form of EME. So that scenario also we need to calculate the revaluation.
Any other situations where we will have to do the revaluation? Apart from this loan, any other situation we will have?
No. Not required. And I think bill of exchange point of also, I don't know exactly.
Okay.
Majorly these three scenarios we can use.
Okay, fine. Do you have experience in custom report developments?
Yes, custom report development, I involve little bit. For example, reporting point of view, while we generating the vendor reporting, there is some standard reports and customization reporting point of view. So SAP provides some standard fields, right? For example, you can run FBL1N vendor report. It will display like vendor number, field, date, and column something. So if you want to generate additional field, you need to go layouts, screen layout, then we can move on the required field. So that is.
Can you explain any particular report you worked on?
So for
recent times.
Recently, vendor reporting point of view, while we are generating the vendor report, client requirement with the PO number also we need to generate the vendor report. So here that is the PO number is not for, it is not available in SAP standard fields. So here we need to add a PO number also. So these kind of the scenarios are involved. So how we can resolve that PO, how we can overcome that reporting point of issue means with the help of ABAPer. So some standard basic fields we have. So each and every field, like for example company code and vendor level general data, vendor general data, header whatever. So each and every field have some functional names, but ABAPer requirement is technical names. So we will read that particular transaction code and we will analyze the technical name. So that technical name, for example, PO number is that is MM department. So we can interact with the MM department pool. That PO number relevant technical name. What is the technical name? We can collect the technical name. So that this way each and every field wise technical names we will collected and we will discuss with the ABAPer. This and all the fields step by step we required. So in middle of that this PO number we will need to add. These kind of the discussions happen with the ABAPer. Then later he will develop the code and he will generate the report. Once the customization report it will be work, then we can move to the with the help of servers we can move to the development system and unit testing.
Okay, any other report, custom report you develop?
So custom any other and reporting forms also we can develop like Dunning form and
okay, any other forms?
yes, Dunning form and payment advice form also. So I just explained in the APP point of view. Payment advice form also. So client is define prepare on a paper like define the format. So this is client requirement. So in header level company details, and under that business consolidated business area level, it means they are provided the state level. Under that outlet number. So this is the header level, and coming to the trailer level means
did you prepare the functional specification document? So give it to ABAPer for this?
Yes, full-fledged with the help of senior I involved, but I have a knowledge, but full-fledged responsibility I am not taken that.
Okay, usually what are the tables used for payment advice form setup?
Payment advice form means company code level information, company code level information. For example, payment advice form middle vendor level LF-A1, LF-B1 with the help of T codes we can collect the vendor level information, and coming to BSIK some other fields. So whatever the fields required we just execute that screen and go to the options and click on the technical name, so we can run the technical we can report the technical name.
Did you have experience in developing reports for asset accounting customers, any other GL, any specific reports you develop?
No, in asset end-to-end setup for configuration I involved, but develop additional functional additional requirement point of view I didn't involve. Asset end-to-end setup.
So you worked along with seniors on this.
Yes.
First preparation.
Yes.
But once you are given like independently, are you confident enough to handle this without seniors' help to prepare FSD along with the logics so that the ABAPer can understand?
Yes.
Are you confident enough to handle that independently?
100% I'll confident. I'll spend much more time to elaborate that FSDs and full-fledged information.
Like you have worked with the seniors only, but in the coming projects, what we are looking for is like we need someone to handle it, a little bit independently. Of course, there will be some seniors, but you will be like
you
will be given as proper handover, and it needs to be done on independently. So, are you comfortable in taking these challenges?
Sure, I am ready to take the challenges. So, previously involvement, but that is not my responsibility. Myself only take over initially and involve with the TLs. So, I'll get some basic knowledge and with complete information. But whenever I am myself only full responsibility, 100% I'll involve and and elaborate and work on that particular FSDs and new requirements full-fledged. That is also a new challenge.
If you are not having enough time, but we need to deliver it on time, deliver it within a specified time. So you will not have much time for doing the R&D also. So without senior support, how do you what will be your strategy to simplify the things and complete it as quick as possible? Because if you are not familiar with this FSD, that is very, very important for all the consultants.
Yes.
So how will you do that very quickly?
So if my seniors is not available or they are not supporting me, first I need to request them and to collaborate, support this one. Otherwise, I can know the process from whoever having like in my circle. But this is also confidential. But in my personal request to my whoever having the SAP this FSD circle, FSD having good knowledge, I can collect the information process and everything, how we can done this requirement, how we can fulfill this, that kind of information I will gather some other parties, but that is also not correct, but that is also one of the chance to collect the improve my knowledge, fulfill that requirement.
Yeah, this is rise up concept is very important for all the consultants.
Yes.
Since you are in the middle level, you must be already having the fair idea about the logics and the tables, but moving forward, you are traveling towards senior level.
Yes.
So in that case, this is an important area you need to develop, in a very, like a high level, and to handle it, independently without someone's, help.
Yes.
And do you have experience in enhancement?
Enhancement scenarios I didn't involve.
And do you have experience in LSMW?
So in latest project is S/4HANA. I involved in LTMC only.
So can you explain that?
So basically LTMC, with the help of LTMC, that is we'll get the LTMC. LTMC means we can upload the data like GL, API, master data, transaction data, bank GL, any kind of GL data and transaction data. We can, with the help of LSMW, we can upload. So there in PDF there we have a different Excel templates. For example, if you are going to upload any vendor master data, so we can download, otherwise RS bank GL, we can download the bank GL master from Puritiles. So that is the Excel template. We can download the Excel template. So in that Excel templates, each and every Excel template, first we have a 7 to 8 steps, 7 to 8 rows. There is some standard rows for Excel relevant length to width to this kind of purpose. First 7 to 8 fields it will be located, and coming to 8th field onwards, Excel is available, Excel sheet. In that we need to update in that Excel sheet vendor relevant information, otherwise for example bank relevant information, bank branch, bank name, bank account number, IFSC code, opening balances, otherwise closing. This kind of information we need to dump in Excel once. We need to dump in Excel everything properly. Then that Excel we need to upload, that Excel sheet we need to upload in file. Once we'll upload it, then they have a step activated. Once activated, then we can start transfer. Then we can move to the start transfer. Then transfer is completed. We need to validate that file. Once validate means, so either the file it will be moved properly, like without any errors, like 1 for error and 2 for warning and 3 for information, 4 for success. These fields we need to verify. Once file it will be successful, then it will move to the once file it will be moved, then it will move further level. Click on finish button.
Okay.
Then we need to verify.
I understand. Are you having knowledge about LSMW concept, at least in theoretical way?
So that is like 14 to 15 steps is there. Have a idea, but real time I didn't.
What is the use? What's the basic use of this?
Same thing. We can, with the help of LSMW, we can upload the data. We can upload a master GL and GL API So like master data we have uploading, and at the same time transaction data and the vendor invoices data.
Yes, that is a primary purpose. So that means, since you have experience in LTMC, so you may be handling LFSW also, and if you have some kind of practice on this.
Yes, compulsory I will practice on that one.
What is the use of enhancement? Do you have any idea? What is the use?
Enhancements. Enhancements means based on the new requirement. For example, client already business setup is completed. So once business process is running smoothly, then later any new requirements introduced from client side, so then we can use the enhancements. So with the help of client new requirements, we will work on that one.
Like if a standard SAP is already having this functionality, we can use that functionality if clients come back with a new requirement. But why do we call this as an enhancement? It's a standard functionality.
So that standard function, that whatever SAP provides the standard fields and standard functionality, that requirement also, if SAP is not provided, then we can go for new enhancements based on the client requirement.
If there is no standard functionality only, we have to go for the enhancement.
Yes.
Using ABAP Pascal. That is called an enhancement.
Yes.
And do you have experience in preparing blueprint document?
Yes, blueprint side also I involved in. So blueprint is nothing but first we need to collect the based on the client existing business, their existing ERP, or if they are using existing ERP, based on the ERP wise we can collect the as is process. And first we need to collect the entire as is process, all the departments, like not only FI related, all the information we need to collect based on the as is process. Then how we are going to implement in SAP, so that is to be processed before going to start the SAP, before going to do the configuration in SAP.
I understand, but did you involve in preparing the document, blueprint document?
So they are provided some standard document fields. We can upload that field. So like wherever for example, in shell point of view, they started the new outlets. So before going to start new outlets, what and all the requirements we need to collect. Based on that, we can prepare a small blueprint. So in client, so in blueprint preparation, I didn't involve, but with the help of my TLs, senior level, sometimes I visited the plants also, like sales outlets also. That time I just wrote down the what and all the scenarios happened. I just prepare for my own purpose, note down in some notebooks. But
do you have experience in user manual preparation?
User manual preparation I have involved. So for example, FC revaluation, for example, you can choose FC revaluation. In FC revaluation, entire from starting onwards, end to end, like FC document entry posting onwards, and FC runtime, how user run the FC revaluation, what under the parameters you need to update it, like before going to run FAGL underscore FCV underscore VAL. In S/4HANA point of view, FAGL underscore FCV. Once these transaction code run, user what and all the inputs user you need to update to. So this every field we need to step by step with the screenshot we will define under the each and every step by step with the print screen I will paste in worksheet, and what and all the inputs you need to update, then what result it will display. So this kind of step by step I updated in worksheet. This worksheet will converted as PDF and will upload it in storage files.
Okay. Do you have any experience in controlling configuration, FICO
in controlling point of view, I didn't involve I didn't get chance to, but first we need to create the controlling area. So controlling area, we need to create the controlling area. At the time of controlling area, we need to set up we need to activate some fields like standard hierarchy, these and all. So once controlling area created, this controlling area we need to assign company code. So controlling area means why we can use the CO means in FI level what and all the transaction happened. For monitoring, it is the internal reporting. CO is CO is completely internal reporting. So with the help of some business transactions, whatever the transactions updated in FI level in line item fields, we can update it like a profit center, cost center segment. It will automatically affected CO level with the help of business transactions. So like COIN for direct FI to CO, and RKUN means department wise repost cost. RKU3 means line item wise repost cost. These purpose we need to get the number ranges, and that number ranges we need to assign this business transaction. These and all basic idea, but CO point of view I didn't involve in real time at single point of view.
Do you have any idea about settlement process?
Settlement is nothing but, for example, AUC, asset under construction. Whatever that expenditure we are booked for asset under construction, that is in the form of internal orders. So these internal order by weekly once or monthly once we can settle to the direct expenditure. It means this once we can settle the internal orders, it will move to the asset under construction point of view. It will move to the asset under construction value. This purpose we can use the internal order.
Let us take a business scenario, where I am in January month now.
Okay.
So I am going to build one asset, let us say building, and I am spending some money during January month. For example, for 1 lakh rupees, I have spent so many expenses for buying the materials and labors, so and so for this building.
Okay.
And in second month also I spent another 1 lakh. Third month also I spent another 1 lakh. But third month the work will be completely finished.
Okay.
And the entire asset will be put into use.
Okay.
So can you explain how the accounting flow, the impacts here?
So basically, so
at each month.
Yes. First 3 months internal order to AOC settlement entries happened, and last month once the final third month internal order also it will move to the AOC entry. Then finally AOC entry to it will move on final asset. Like there is some exact entries, I forget that one. It means once AOC process is completed, then we can move AOC asset to final asset. Then only it will move to the.
What is the T code you use for this?
I forget
it's
that.
Okay, it's okay.
I forget that one.
Main requirement is to have the process understanding.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if T code is not available, we can go to the menu path and find out.
Yes.
Okay. So if you are assigned, for this any kind of projects, we are looking for, it can be implementation project, or it can be rollout project, or it can be support project. Mainly we are looking for mostly implementation project only.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Sudha will explain.
Okay.
So if you are assigned on an individual basis for this project,
Okay.
are you comfortable, to handle this project, independently without anyone's help?
Sure. Because in previously, whatever the not only configuration, so whatever the works I completed within my senior level or some other level. So whenever I get the responsible work, compulsory 100%, I need to improve. I need to prove myself. I need to work on that. I need to develop the relevant skills from my end. Then automatically I will fulfill my roles and responsibilities.
Okay, so were you involved in business requirement sessions along with your senior?
Previously, right? You are asking?
Yes, with the clients.
No. Client point of view, I didn't went. So like sales outlet points of view, I visited, but high level client people like state-wise consolidated area wise, I didn't involve. Whenever we went outlets, there are some outlets relevant managers we can discuss with one.
So who was the one gathering all the business requirements?
Yes.
No, in your previous projects, who was gathering all the information?
So my senior consultant only.
And he will come and explain to you, huh?
Yes. Senior consultant, and mostly senior consultant and FI team lead. They went. They both went to visit the plants, visit the sites.
Okay, so you are not involved in sessions, the requirement sessions directly with the client.
Yes. But I'm ready to willing to involve the client side also. Coming days.
Okay, that's great.
Even
Do you have
yes,
do you have any other questions to ask?
From my side, don't have questions. So that is.
Okay,
nothing,
fine. And how old are you?
So I have 34 years. So actually, I have more than 11 plus years of work experience. But in previous domain, I'm monitoring the different schools and administrations also. But wherever I have an PF, that one only I mentioned in 8 years.
Okay, fine. So, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you.
And I will update Sudha and she will call you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.